top 10 fragrances that you need to look out for in 2025 from the Middle Eastern brands, dupes, cheapies, whatever you want to call them. Some originals, some dupes, some inspired buys. Let's take a look at the first booth we're in right now is AROMATIX. And there are quite a few that stood out, but this isn't the only place that we're going to be looking out for. So first one that I can get my hand on is called Connoisseur Man. And this is a very fresh, slightly soapy, actually very soapy style of scent with a lot of aromatics like sage and this crisp green undertone to it coming from those resins. I ran into my man also from Trinidad over here. What's good, bro? How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm good.
What's your name?
I'm good. Mikel.
Nikhil from Trinidad. Amazing accent, I just had to put him in the video. But Connoisseur Man is a Wile Elixir type of inspired by. And it's kind of a hard catch, that 1.7 ounce for $180 versus this for 50 bucks. It honestly puts it into a different perspective, and with a lot of scoring systems for a lot of fragrances, especially first impressions and other reviewers, they're gonna take that into consideration. Like, dude, if I buy something that's this small, 170 bucks, my rating is not going to be that great. If it's something that's good, but not $170 good. For 50 bucks or less, this is absolutely outstanding for that. And I think it would suit every single day if you really wanted to. If you want like that YSL EDP DNA for like the summertime, or sorry, for the wintertime, that'd be a perfect one to go with. All right, let's go take a look at some of the other ones that I think are worthy of checking out. This is their brand new release. This is the Odyssey Dubai Chocolate as well. Not putting it on this list, but it does smell like chocolate and kunafa, which is the inside of that Dubai chocolate. Oh, they have some right here. And this, look at this. This is so cool. So cool. This is actually pretty insane. Rubber, what? Hold on, let me pull this out, you guys. Whoa. Yo, this is nice. Strawberry, cotton candy. Dude, this is amazing. Not putting it on this list, just caught my attention. Or do we put it on this list? Next one from the Club de Nuit is called the Extrait de Parfum. So this is the last flanker that they just released and the strongest one. This brings back the EDT concentration in terms of its performance, but the refinement of like the parfum. Super silky, but also very intense. It's got like this more take on like the oak moss and some of that raunch or earthy nuances. The birch is toned up just a little bit. It's not too smoky and it doesn't have that sharp lemon pledge that you get with the EDT. Definitely worthy of checking out, and the performance of this is enormous. I wouldn't spray it more than about 3 times. So that's that one. And last but not least is going to be, excuse me, Club de Nuit Lionheart. Now, this is a dupe of Le Monde Elixir. It's got honey, tonka bean, musk. It's amazing and probably the best one. If you enjoy Le Monde Elixir DNA, you should absolutely check this one out. I'm not gonna put this completely in the list, but ladies, I think this is the sexiest one you can get from AROMATIX. Smells like rose, very intense, some hibiscus or patchouli style of green undertone that gives it just enough of a sexy raunch that I think is so attractive. It smells a lot like Delina Exclusive. Amazing. Can you tell me what you think about this one real quick?
Okay. Yeah.
Are you okay being on camera?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What's your name?
Juliana.
Juliana. So this, I think, is the sexiest fragrance they have here. But it's raunchy. It's got a lot of rose. It's just, ooh, okay. Okay.
Let me see.
So it's rose, patchouli. It reminds me of Delina Exclusive.
Wow. It does.
What do you think?
It's very light.
You don't have to like it.
No, I actually like it.
You like it? Okay, cool.
It's very soft. It's not too much.
I think it's so sexy.
I
What would
think
you
it's
rate
sexy.
that?
I rate this 8.8.
8.8.
Yeah,
Okay,
out of
cool.
10.
Damn, look at the watch. What? Okay.
8.8. I definitely rate it.
8.8 out of 10.
It's pretty
Does it
good.
smell cheap at all?
No, it doesn't.
Hell.
I have this one at home. It's my favorite one.
Yeah, this smells like Mademoiselle.
This one smells like 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I recommend this one.
There you go. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I bought it at home. I have it
This
at
is
home.
a classy one.
It's a classic.
Classy. And I see you rocking that Chanel, so this
Yeah.
smells like that
It
Mademoiselle.
definitely smells.
Yup,
And the fragrance lasts like 2-3 days. Like, it smells really, really good.
Awesome. Thank you
That's
so
better
much.
than my designer. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Have a good one. So there you have it, guys. And ladies, the Mademoiselle. Let's go to the next one. Another one I just ran into is Johari. Actually, I didn't run into this one. I just came across it again today. Is Johari by Daniel Rene, an aroma concept. This one is different. You guys, this isn't, I don't think, inspired by anything, but what it reminds me of is like this dark and rich patchouli with something boozy and a fruity top to it. Very sexy and seductive, and honestly, this one took me aback. I wasn't expecting anything, really, because I didn't even get my nose or even look at the notes, but what I would imagine is that it does emphasize a lot on that like dark and rich and ambery patchouli. immediately. If you like scents like, you know, Angel Man, that patchouli sexy vibe, you're definitely gonna enjoy this one. But it doesn't just stop there. It does kind of liven things up with a contrast of that booze and some of that like mandarin citrus. So sexy, definitely date night worthy and worthy of putting on this list. It's called Johari by Daniel Rene. Another one that's worthy of checking out. This one is brand new. It's also going to be coming, and mark my words, you will be seeing a lot of Al-Absar, because I've seen a lot of creators here really in love with their fragrances, and very specifically for me would be this. It's called Muhit by Al-Absar. And Muhit is this apricot, watery, juicy fig. It's got the note of cast cologne, which gives it this melon accord. It smells a lot like Pacific Chill, because it should. And it actually smells a lot like Pacific Chill as well. It's got this very crisp emphasis on the coriander and the ambroxan, and that's a difference that it has in comparison to some of the other fragrances that smell like it. Now, if you already have one, you might not be in the lookout for another one, but this one I do favor a little bit more right now than the other ones because of that emphasis on the coriander and the ambroxan. It seems like it's going to be one of the better projecting ones, even in comparison. In the future, I'll absolutely do side-by-sides, but just right now, off first impression, I sprayed it already about 4 times, and it's projecting pretty heavily. So I would highly recommend you put this on your list. It's called Muhit by Al-Absar. Fresh, juicy, watery. It does not smell cheap whatsoever. And believe me, I wouldn't spray it on my boss suit or any of that stuff. And just to prove it, here you go. I shouldn't have done that, but oh God, the alcohol would probably ruin the gold. It is what it is. Put it on your list. Now, to add a few more from Latafa, as of the ones that are here right now, it would definitely be Teriyaki. Now, this is a fragrance that reminds me of something boozy, sexy, seductive, sweet, but also spicy and maybe even slightly rough to kind of contrast a lot of that boozy aspect, the mandarin undertones. It's kind of like if Baby Cat meets Angel Share is what I get from this one. And very sexy, very projecting. Can it be redundant? Potentially, but if I had to pick one, this would be one of those. And last one that I would recommend personally is one that I'm just getting my nose on, which is crazy, but it's this right here. It's Essed Bourbon. Now, I saw a couple of reviews saying that it smells a lot like Scandal, and I could see that, but more so the Absolute, because the Mirabelle in this one has a little bit more of this fresh, plummy, and slightly green top to it. Fresh, but also sweet. You could take this as a signature scent and everything in between, even a date. So this is really good. It's Essed Bourbon. I'd also place this on that freaking list. And that's pretty much it for the ones from Latafa as of right now. And last one I want to show you guys is brand new. It's called Victoria. So Victoria is like this lemony, cakey, moussey, vanillic scent. I don't know exactly what, but right away it does place me in a vein of something like Devotion, etc. But that's pretty much it from Latafa, you guys. We're gonna go ahead and visit maybe 1 or 2 more booths and wrap it up. For Wataniya, it's going to be 2 fragrances, but for now, I'm gonna say that it's going to be Mesad. And Mesad is this fragrance that's all about the iris, some musk, peppers. It also has a note of tea, and it's inspired by Gris Charnel Extrait, if I'm not mistaken, if not the OG. I think it's the Extrait, but it's super sexy, very high quality smelling. This stuff is outstanding in terms of the quality. Performance for this one is like 7 to 9 hours. Don't expect beastly, but it still smells fantastic and also extremely unisex. This is definitely worthy of putting on that list. And if you don't already have this, I'm not gonna put it on the list because it's just one that we've talked about a lot. It's Dior Intense style fragrance, and it's absolutely, the quality is phenomenal. It has this ambrette, this pear musky style of musk in it, basically. And with this one, you do want to make sure you spray it a little bit more than most fragrances, just because the atomizer is really not the best. Otherwise, it's also worthy. It's been worthy, but kind of want to talk about newer fragrances for 2025. We're at the second to last booth in pretty much finishing this video. I came across Al Wataniya, which we just finished, and also this is Le Falcon. If you guys remember, I was talking about Turaf and this, or sorry, Johara, and this is still one of the ones that I think you should get your nose on. It's rose, it's saffron, it's a lot of caramel, it's very intense. In fact, it reminds me of an Arabian oud fragrance called Asil Special Edition, except this one doesn't come with a $180 price tag. It comes for much, much less. Super intensive, very strong, unisex, but gentlemen, you do have to like rose and saffron. A lot of caramel. So this would be one that I would look out for. The other one I would also look out for is this. It's pretty unisex, but it does lean slightly feminine. This is like chopped up berries with like this cream, vanilla cream, but also it smells basically, you guys, like this Greek yogurt that's in a berry flavor. That's literally what I get with this one. Berry flavored Greek yogurt. It's so interesting and very unique and different. Not to mention this bottle, which be careful not to put on your chair. It cause some issues, but it's also like this pen looking thing. So Risala in itself means a letter, and this is designed in that sense. Don't sit on it. Next one would be Mirsal. And Mirsal is super intensive vanilla, but a very intense and matching dose of suede. And suede in itself can sometimes give off like this very intensive gasoline accord almost, but it also gives it a texture that's kind of fuzzy in nature too. It's almost like if Baby Cat had a baby with Bianco Latte. So as far as the Falcon goes, these are the 3 that I would personally say look out for in 2025 and absolutely worthy of checking out. But not only that, take a look at some of their presentation and how much attention they pay to detail. Like, that's crazy, bro. You have a Jaguar that doesn't look like anything, but when you play with the box, it's running. Wow! Yeah, the fragrance is good. That's all that matters, right? But yeah, that's it for the Falcon. We're in the second to last booth, and this is from Ahmed Al-Maghribi. You guys know that they've been producing a lot of beast mode fragrances, especially in the last year or so, including Cough. If you like Fitch, Fierce, Percival, stronger than both of them on a budget. It's really good. But even for me, for myself, I'm not the craziest about the note of petitgrain. A little bit mineralic and metallic, and for me, personally, it can give me a little bit of a headache, if I'm being honest. But a lot of people really enjoy that DNA. There's nothing wrong with it. But this is called Frost Ice, coming out in 2025, and I like everything about this scent. It kind of reminds me of like Invictus Aqua with something a little bit more herbal, crisp, and I would imagine that it's the note of rosemary, something you can wear every single day and probably long lasting as well. It says 20%, so eau de parfum concentration, but I've yet to see a fragrance from this brand not perform. So worthy of putting on your list. I haven't tested it yet, but do be on the lookout for this. If you want something that's a little more versatile and every day in between, even for a date, man, during the summertime especially, this will absolutely work. And now we're going to make our way over to the last one that you should absolutely put on your list if you haven't already. What I truly have started to fall in love with a little bit more so than even Nitro Red is Nitro White. And the reason is because it does this similar DNA, dousing it in like this very light style of creamy vanilla. So it's more of like a mousse, but it does have like that burnt sugar style of vanilla to it as well. Still having that whole watermelon, bubblegummy, sweet, fresh, but just making it even sexier. I like this one more. I definitely think it's close. Red is still awesome, but if you have red, the white is definitely an upgrade. And that's pretty much it, you guys. These are the top fragrances to look out for that's coming in 2025, if not already out right this second. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Let me know down in the comment section which one of these you enjoy the most. My name's Neve. Thank you for tuning back in AROMATIX, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.